As we live a fast-paced life, having everything ready with just one click has become necessary. From buying food online, shopping for clothes, and booking flights, you name it, cyberspace has it all. In the 21st century, the internet has played a significant role in communications and has become the backbone of global information. But can you imagine losing it for months, weeks, or even a couple of days? That would be horror. At least for people whose welfare depends on the internet. People who receive their major income from working on laptops and mobile phones, or for small businesses that sell online and other companies and big corporations. On a broader scale, losing the internet for months would cause such a significant loss to the global economy. If we could go back to when it was non-existent, we might find it hard to even think about how we managed to live in the past. Can we survive the internet apocalypse that is said to start happening sometime during the first half of 2024? A professor named Peter Becker stated that because the sun is reaching its solar maximum, where its activities are at their peak, solar storms might become massive enough to penetrate the Earth's magnetosphere and mess with global telecommunications. He said that when that happens, and the charged particles start heading towards the Earth, no matter how prepared the people are, it only gives us about 18 to 24 hours before we might experience bugs on our signals. When that finally happens, do you think the whole planet will go into full silent mode? Will we experience the quietness of not having the internet and the silence of being deafened? In today's episode of Cosmic Chronicles, Science Times, we lay down all the possibilities with the super solar storm taking down the internet with the help of the insights of notable experts in the field. But before everything, subscribe to Science Times. The internet apocalypse is not a myth or a hyperbole. There have been a lot of historical events involving solar storms, like the Carrington event that happened in 1859 and the 1989 solar storm that caused a power surge in Quebec. Though a solar storm is not harmful, certain events like this prove this statement wrong, and early next year, it is said to be a repeat of history. After every 11 years, the quiet activities of the sun reach their peak and start their most active phase for a couple of years. This is when solar storms and phenomena like the aurora borealis often happen. This phase is called the solar maximum. Though it was initially predicted to happen in 2025, after much studying, the sun's 25th solar maximum is declared to start between January and October next year until 2028. And the impending solar storm is said to be the strongest one yet. According to experts, it will cause the internet to shut down for months if specific measures are not met. With our current digital infrastructure, the consequences of the super solar storm will be disruptive. According to Becker, there has never been a direct cause-effect relationship between the sun's solar activity and the internet. But with the upcoming solar maximum, everything is different. Everything is much more dangerous for cyberspace. Because the modern internet is frailer than the telegraph system in the past that has already survived many solar storms, the same event now poses many questions about the foreseen danger. Mainly because of the wires hanging everywhere, exposed to being damaged easily by a solar storm, the internet will require some hardening to avoid a wipeout. It will be a great challenge, as it will cost trillions that might go to waste if the said super solar storm does not affect the wired economy. However, as the Earth has a magnetosphere that acts as a protective bubble from the outbursts of the sun, the impact of the solar storm is lessened. Experts had pinpointed precisely how the said super solar storm is likely to pierce through the planet's magnetic field. What are the odds of it wiping out the internet? They say more than half. Just recently, a powerful solar storm called X-Flare was released by the sun. It was so intense that multiple warnings were put out to advise the people to look out for energetic particles that pierced through the planet. A giant sunspot was also detected by NASA's Perseverance rover. It was said to have the potential to release hazardous solar storms, the super solar storm to be specific, that will break the barrier made by the Earth's magnetic field. Because the sunspot is enormous, more energetic bursts are expected to happen. Thus, more solar flares and intensified solar storms. It was recorded that solar flares have occurred more often in the past months. These solar flares are initiated by the explosion of plasma that creates a series of solar loops during solar storms. The explosion of plasma is called coronal mass ejection. This is what travels in different directions. One is towards Earth, which can damage infrastructure on land. Because solar flares and CMEs are not new, NASA has long been testing and redeveloping a system designed to better predict solar flares up to 30 minutes in advance. If they can do so and solar storm sirens are more available, let's hope it is not too late, or the super solar storm is not until next year or the following years. For now, we have to stay alert at all times and hope that the super solar storm will not wipe out the internet or that it will not happen at all. If If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to Science Times. See you in our next video.